Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi Brown is out of town, so you have me again by myself. But I love being with you all, so thank you so much for being here. And we welcome Skip Rodwani to the Bima for announcements.
Thank you, Ken and Kathy. Welcome to all of you in Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to those of you who are streaming. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you to our accompanist, Mickey, and our guest speaker, most of all, who will be introduced later. So thank you for being here. Thank you to our ushers, and remember to thank our security folks on your way out. So just a couple of announcements. Wanted to thank Moshe Zaruk for the candle and Kiddush blessings. Almost forgot that. Thank you. There is no Torah study this week or next. And don't forget, the Dewey's Pizza fundraiser is Monday, November 24th. That's this coming Monday. And the Hanukkah pop-up shop is now open. So otherwise, the rest of your announcements are in the handout. So thank you all for being here. Shabbat Shalom and welcome.
If you'll turn to each other and say Shabbat Shalom, we will begin our service on page 2. And we call up Moshe Zaruk to light our candles.
2 people out of 100. Pretty good.
Now hold up the Kiddush cup. We're going to sing our Kiddush blessing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu Zikaron lemase bereshit ki hu yam tefila lamikraye kodesh zecher letziyat mitzrayim ki vanu vacharta beotanu kidashta mikol hamim b'shabbat kodshecha Be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashavat Amen. L'chaim.
Thank you.
And happy birthday.
Zeu, I'm finished.
You're finished.
Can I go back to my place?
Yes.
With the cake?
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
So let us all turn to page 10. Hine matovu manayim, how wonderful it is for us all to be together in this sacred space. Please join me in song. Hine matovu manayim, sheverachim gam yachad. 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 Sheverachim gam yachad. Sheverachim gam yachad. As we walk back through our week, we turn to page 19 and 20. On page 19, the voice of Adonai kindles flames of fire. The voice of Adonai convulses the wilderness. Adonai convulses the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of Adonai causes hinds to calve and strips forest to bear. While in God's temple all say glory. Adonai sat enthroned at the flood, sits enthroned, sovereign forever. May Adonai grant strength to God's people and bestow upon God's people well-being. Let's think of where we were a week ago, this past week, as we welcome in Shabbat tonight as a bride entering the sanctuary. We think about what's to come. Page 20 and 21. As we get to verse 9, we will speed up our tempo to bring in joy. Page 20. Lecha dodi ligrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi ligrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi ligrat kala לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד, שמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתחילה. לך דודי לקרוא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקרוא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במשכבה תחילה. לך דודי לקרוא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקרוא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Let's welcome this next week in with joy, verse 5. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. היה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. היה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת nekabela. Please rise as you are able and face the entrance to the sanctuary or to your home. Verse 9. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvsochola, toch emuneh am segula, boi chala, boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, yalala, 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 p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Ya lecha dodi likrat kala, yalala, 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 p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Let's continue on page 26, the Chatzi Kaddish. Yikadav, yikadash, shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach yirotei, v'yamlich mochutei, b'chayechon, u'v'yamechon, u'v'chayedecho beit Yisrael, ba'agala, ba'agala, u'v'zman kariv, v'maru, amin, yehi shmei rabbah mevarach, le'alam me'amaya yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitroma v'yinasi, v'yitadar v'yitale, v'yitala, shemei l'kodasha barichu, la'elam yinkor b'chata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran me'oma v'meru amin. As we continue on page 28, the call to worship, there is one who sings the song of his own life, finds everything within himself. There is one who leaves the circle of herself and sings the song of her people. There is one whose voice rings with the song of humanity, hoping for the highest perfection. And there is one who rises even higher, uniting with all creatures, with all worlds, filling the universe with song. Nivarech, let us bless the Baruch Hu. La 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 Top of page 31, let's read together. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai Hamarim Aravim. Together on the top of page 33. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai Elohim Amo Yisrael. Our Shema on page 34, written by Debbie Friedman, leading into the Via Havta. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Leolam Vahid. You can be seated. And thou shalt love Adonai thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in thy heart, shall be in thy heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and I shall speak of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, and when thou risest up, and when thou liest down, and when thou liest down, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hands, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them on the doorpost of thy house, and upon thy gates, that ye may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God. On page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. There's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together as we join in song, page 40, Mi Chamocha. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh pele, nora tehilot oseh pele. Malachotecha ra'ov anecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Elianu ve'amaru, Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot oseh pele, nora tehilot oseh pele. So the prayer Hashkivenu, which is the prayer that we sometimes say to our children as we tuck them in at night and say, you're going to be protected, don't worry. And when you wake up in the morning, we start over. I had the pleasure of speaking with Dan Nichols yesterday on a Zoom call. I'd never met him before. He's wonderful. I can't wait for our congregation to meet him. And he's going to lead us in so many songs that we don't know, which is okay because he's a great teacher. But we do know this one. So when he sings this one, we need to sing along with him. So let's practice. We have a month. Okay, not quite, 3 weeks. So let us sing our Hashkivenu that he wrote. Not all the words are in here, but I know you know the words. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. l'chaim, l'chaim. As we begin our most personal prayers, those that we say to God by ourselves, to ourselves, with ourselves, within ourselves, pray as if everything depended on God, but act as if everything depends on you. Please rise, page 46 through 50. Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, V'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'hanara, El Ayon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Lifnei V'neihem, Lama'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach Umorid HaGashem, Mechokel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Ba'agevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimik, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayet hakol. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. You may be seated. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and in our prayers. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion, restored, in all lands. You are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai she'otacha levadecha bira ne'avod, our Ritzei prayer on the top of page 57. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu Ve'amacha Yisrael Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu Ve'amacha Yisrael U'tefilatam U'tefilatam Ve'avati kabir U'tefilatam U'tefilatam Ve'avati kabir Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu בעמך ישראל רצי אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל. Turn to page 253 and think of those who are in need of healing. In the midst of our prayer, I will call upon you if you have names of people you would like their names to be heard. We hold those names dear as we think of them as their struggle continues. Misha Berach, page 253. Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. If you have a name to recite, please raise your hand. Read Wasserstrom. Misha Berach Yimotenu Mikor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with Refuah Shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Avinu Shabashabayim Sur Yisrael V'Goalo Barech et Medinat Yisrael, O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel. Bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And we all say, Amen. Let's take a few moments for silent reflection. Shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Imre fi. It's my pleasure to now call upon Alan Fortnuff to introduce our speaker.
It is, it is my pleasure to be here tonight because I've been working for probably about 6 months to have this service, to invite someone from the Children's Service Board. And how it all came about is that 8 years ago, I became ordained as a minister, which many of you don't know. And I do a lot of interfaith work. And a friend of mine who's on the board there, also a pastor, invited me to come to a meeting, and it was all faith leaders from around Summit County. And the discussion was how desperate they are in need to foster children. Tonight, one of the prayers really struck me when it said, "Do not let me struggle alone." And I think about all those children that are struggling alone that you'll hear about, and what they go through, and what the misery that they have, and the trauma that's in their life. So tonight we're lucky enough to have Amy Davidson. She started her career at the Children's Services in 1997. 3 years later, she went on to get her master's degree. And in 2016, she became deputy director. She's been involved in lots of different things there, more than I probably want to take the time to do. But I thought it was important that we all get enlightened to what's happening out there with the children. And hopefully someone here will hear the story and will be enlightened enough to give them a call. There is some material outside on the desk when you leave to give you more information. But, Amy?
Hello, good evening. I appreciate the warm introduction and you welcoming me to your beautiful temple this evening. So I began as a caseworker 28 years ago at Children's Services, and I'm thrilled to be here to share a little bit about foster care and our urgent need for more families. Our mission at Children's Services is that we're committed to the safety, permanency, and well-being of all the children that we serve in partnership with families and the community. We respond to reports of child abuse and neglect through our 24/7 hotline that we have available to our community. Our vision is that we intervene only when it's really necessary, and we partner with families in hopes to make them stronger and keep them together whenever possible. You know, it's a myth out there that we go out and we take children, but we really, really try not to do that. If removal of a child is necessary, we look to family, we look at relatives, we look at what we call non-blood kin, anybody that that child might have a relationship with, to place the child with, and then we work diligently to reunify that child with their caregiver, with their parents. When children aren't able to return to family, we work hard to try to find other permanency options for them, and that plan could include adoption. And this month actually happens to be National Adoption Month, and we're celebrating that throughout the community this month. We had a day at probate court where we actually created 3 more forever families at probate court this month. We believe that children have a right to safe and permanent and loving families, and we do our best to try to live up to that practice every day. If my agency receives custody and care of a child through the police or Summit County Juvenile Court, we try to make the best decision as to where that child is placed. Ideally, as I said, we look for a relative, and about 45% of the children that we have in our care are placed with relatives or kin caregivers. If we can't locate or approve a relative for placement, we look to then to place in one of our agency foster homes. However, Summit County Children's Services is in the midst of a foster care crisis, as you just heard. Currently, there are more than 800 children in our custody. And that is compared to, we have about 120 foster homes. So clearly you can see that we do not have enough foster homes to meet the need, and even with 45% of our children being placed with kin. We've seen about a 50% increase in the number of children that are coming into our custody over the last 10 years. You might ask why. There's a plethora of reasons for that. The continuing opioid crisis that we have in our community, severe mental health concerns, the COVID epidemic led to a lot of those concerns, other substance abuse issues coupled with complex family dynamics, extreme poverty, family violence, which place children at imminent safety danger. So not only are children dealing with the trauma of being removed from their families due to them being unsafe, but they're also being then removed from extended family, their friends, schools, and neighborhoods. We don't have relatives or local foster families to place them with. Over half of our children in agency care are actually placed outside of Summit County. 55% of the children that are in Summit County Children's Services custody are placed outside of Summit County because we don't have local foster homes to place them. And this is actually a statewide crisis. So here are a few statistics that I want to share with you about our agency, and this is from 2024. So our 24/7 hotline that I referenced that people can call in and make reports of abuse and neglect. In 2024, our hotline received over 9,100 calls. The total number of children who received agency services then was over 9,200 children in Summit County. So that's 1 out of every 12 children in Summit County. So if you really think about that, if you go into a school classroom, that's an average of 2 out of every children in a classroom in Summit County was touched by our agency and had the issues in their family that I talked about. 81% of the children that we worked with, though, or brought into our care were successfully reunified with their biological family. They were either able to return to their parents or were placed in the custody of a family member. And then last year, if we weren't able to reunify them with family, we did finalize 81 adoptions, created 81 new forever families. So I am here today to inform about the agency and to make a call for action to our community for foster families. As a foster parent, you're viewed as a vital member of our team at Children's Services. Together with the primary family and our staff, the children placed in your care, we work to create the best environment for children where they're safe and where they can thrive in your homes and still in their Summit County community where they know. At the same time, we're working to develop a system of ongoing support for their primary family to ensure long-term success. We're really trying to build a healthier community for now and in the future through these efforts. So we have some expectations of foster parents, of course. You might be asking about that or thinking about that. So those expectations are really just to provide a loving, safe, and nurturing home for children as long as they would be in your home. To really try to team with the primary family the children was removed from in efforts to reunify them, because we want to be sure that those children are seeing their primary family at least weekly, if not more often, to maintain that bond, to work towards reunification, to work with the agency towards that reunification as well. We have a foster parent support group, so sometimes you're called upon to provide support to other foster parents through mentoring or respite if it's needed, if you're available to do that. To be a foster parent for our agency, you just have to be 18 years or older. There's no maximum age. I know I talked to some of you earlier and you're like, I'm too old for it, but you never know. So you also need to live either in Summit County or one of our contiguous counties that border Summit County. You can be a homeowner, you can be a renter, married, single, divorced, widowed, or have a domestic partner. You can previously have parented or never parented. Work outside the home or in the home or not. There's no education or income requirements. We do obviously ask for a financial statement just to be sure that you have enough income to meet your needs. We just ask that you be a positive role model for the children that would be in your home, and just to be able to accept the children as they are. We have children in our custody from newborns to 18 years of age, and each are as individual as you and I. It is a big commitment, but at the end of the day, they just need patience, stability, love, and acceptance. It doesn't take a superhero to give them that, but we do think that our foster parents are very special people. So what supports do we provide for this valuable community support? We know and understand that being a foster parent is difficult, and that's why that we work hard to provide as much support as we can. One of our greatest resources that we provide is that we do have foster care coordinators. It's a staff position in our agency, and these are caseworkers that are assigned to help and support our foster families. So they support and navigate our foster families through regular visits and give them what they need to help them towards reunification. They serve as a liaison between them and the agency and answer any questions they might have. They inform about the types of children in care and assist in developing openness and acceptance for our children. We also have ongoing training that they can help coordinate if there's any specific needs that our foster parents have. There also is a monthly stipend check that's given for reimbursement for the care given to children. For example, if you have a child placed in your home for the month of November, then by the middle of December, you get a reimbursement check for the prior month. Then there is an elevated board rate. If you have like a younger child that's in daycare, we provide extra income for that daycare assistance because we realize that daycare is very expensive these days. And that's provided for our foster parents that are in school or work full-time. And we do offer mileage reimbursement also for our kiddos for doctor's appointments, for transportation for their visits with their parents, and we reimburse at the IRS mileage rate. So medical care is also provided for all of our children. We partner with Akron Children's Hospital and its affiliates, and we also have dental and optical care for all of our kids in custody too. We provide additional supports and resources for the kids, such as school-related expenses, extracurricular activities like camps and sports things also, and then we give extra support for holidays, for gifts, and we host special events also throughout the year for our foster parents. As was said, there's materials outside that give more detailed information with phones, emails, web pages, QR codes to learn more information. We do have a great need for this in the community. Summit County Children's Services is a levy-funded agency. 60% of our funds do come from Summit County. We appreciate all your support in that. Ohio remains the 49th supported state in the nation for child welfare funding. So we do all that we can to support our foster parents, and our board rate for our foster parents is in line with all of the other counties around us. So we do what we can, but it definitely is a calling. And we do have several other faith-based organizations in the community where there might be one family that has decided to be a foster parent, and then the rest of the congregation becomes kind of a care community for them. So they kind of support them. They might take meals, they might mow their lawn, those kind of things. And just imagine if every congregation in Summit County, if just one family committed to it and the rest of the congregation came around them, then we would be out of our foster care crisis, and all of the kids in our custody could stay in Summit County. So if it was a commitment like that, we call it like one church, one family, that would be wonderful. And even if you can't do that, if you just take our material, if you know of anybody, if you just talk about the crisis and get the word out there, we would very much appreciate it. So Thank you so much for your time and your interest in the children of our community.
And Amy just told me that if you would like to make a donation on their webpage, you can do so there. We will conclude our service with Aleinu. Please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tekenu l'yatzer v'reishit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'goraleinu kachal hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo u'shemo echad. Please be seated. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. This week we remember Mary Bellin, Jeffrey Danelsky, Gloria Fishkind, Bessie Kavar, Carol Levin, Ruth Myers, John Mild, Stanford Regal, Herman Rogovi, Rosie Sugar Rogovi, Miriam Silverman, J.L. Stern, Pauline Titleman, and David A. Youngerman. If there are names I have mispronounced or names you would like to add, please share. We rise as a community of love and support. The words of Kaddish Tom on page 294. Yikadal v'yikadal. Oh my gosh. Again? I don't know. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabba. Ba'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mavarach le'olam u'amei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Da'amiran v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all of Israel, to which we all say, oh my goodness, oh my gosh. Hold on one second. Oh my God, it's not that. We had the whole system checked last week. I don't know what happened. But we're so excited that we're all together, so just join hands. Having connected with those we've loved and lost, let's connect with each other and hope that there's no more outbursts with the words of the priests. Just kidding. Yeah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May he cause his countenance to shine upon you and be gracious. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And may the Lord lift up his countenance and face and give you the most important blessing, and that is of peace. And quiet. Amen. Please be seated for a moment. Okay, Juliana, where is it coming from? We have an iPad that tells us exactly where is it coming from. We don't know. Okay. Shifting gears, let us think of some beautiful, wonderful Shehechianu moments that you can all share with us. Who has something wonderful to share? Dina.
On November 12th, I left Jewish Family Services. I am calling myself retired.
Dina's retired.
Today we got an all-cash buyer for our home, and in a few weeks we're going to move to West Virginia.
They're moving to West Virginia. Well, we will miss you, but that's all good things surrounding that. Anybody else? In the back, Ken.
I have my daughter here tonight, Rachel. I told her that I haven't missed a night in years, so if you play along, I appreciate it.
Welcome, Rachel. Welcome. It's wonderful to celebrate in Shabbat with your dad.
I was mistaken for Marty Belsky on a Zoom call this morning.
For all those and more, let's sing Shehechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Uncover the challah. Let's all join in Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And as we exit tonight, after we sing our Oseh Shalom, you will find a sweet treat in honor of Moshe. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. Amen. Shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. I hope to see you all next week for Homecoming Shabbat, where my boys will be joining me on the bima. Shabbat Shalom.